The third house fire in Boone County in 2 days.
New jobs and new alternatives. A unique food company makes its way to Columbia.
As Election Day winds down, we'll bring you live updates from candidate watch parties around the state. KOMU 8 News First at 5 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News.
Voters have been hitting the polls all day across Missouri for today's primary election. Good afternoon. I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Sarah Hill. Thanks for joining us. We have reporters all across the state tonight to bring you the latest numbers and information about the watch parties as well. So we sat down with KOMU 8's Matt Noonan. He joined us now live in Rolla, where Sarah Steelman, family, friends, and campaign workers as the votes are counted. Matt?
Alex's Pizza Palace is the site for Sarah Steelman's watch party tonight. Reporting live in Rolla, Matt Noonan, KOMU 8 News.
Now, more Smart Decision 2012 team coverage. Dave Spence is having primary watch party at the Frontenac Hilton in St. Louis tonight at 7. KOMU 8 Sebastian Martinez is there right now with a preview. Sebastian?
I'm here in the Clayton Ballroom of the Frontenac Hilton in St. Louis, where in about an hour and a half, supporters of Dave Spence will be gathering to watch his primary bid. Reporting live in St. Louis, Sebastian Martinez, KOMU 8 News.
All right, Sebastian, thanks a lot. Our team coverage continues in Creve Coeur, where KOMU 8's Catherine Beek joins us now live at Peter Kinder's watch party. Catherine?
I'm live at the Drury Inn in Creve Coeur, where the election watch party for Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder is set to start around 7:30 tonight. Reporting live from Creve Coeur, Catherine Beek, KOMU 8 News.
And Judy Baker is hosting a primary watch party tonight at Billiards on Broadway in downtown Columbia. That starts at 7:30 this evening. KOMU 8's Jesse Junior joins us live with a preview from there. Jesse.
I'm here in downtown Columbia with Billiards on Broadway behind me, where Missouri Lieutenant Governor hopeful Judy Baker will be here tonight watching the election results. Reporting live in Columbia, Jesse Tenor, KOMU 8 News.
Jesse, thanks a lot. Voting polls are open until 7 p.m. this evening for the primary elections. The Columbia Arc is one of several voting sites in Boone County. Voting officials at the site said voting started out slow this morning, but they expect more people to show up once they get off of work. Some voters expressed the importance of voting in the primary elections. And to figure out where you need to vote, you can visit our website. That's at KOMU.com.
And a reminder on our Smart Decision 2012 primary coverage, it's going to continue all night long. In addition to more from the watch parties you've already heard from, we have reporters out at watch parties for Governor Jay Nixon, Lieutenant Governor Susan Monty, Senator Claire McCaskill, Senator John Bruner, and Senator Todd Aiken. Be sure to tune in to KOMU 8 News at 6, 9, and 10, 11, maybe after the Olympics for the latest from the parties and the results from around the state. You can also get online for our website, KOMU.com, for the very latest results.
It's been another day of searing heat in mid-Missouri, but at least somebody's getting some rain. We'll have a look at a forecast that's a bit more encouraging in a few minutes on KOMU 8 News at 5.
Dave, thanks a lot. Emergency crews responded to a house fire on the 700 block of McBain Avenue in Columbia this morning. 5 units worked that fire that started in the northeast corner of the house. Harris says the family lost their TV, computer, and many items in the bedroom. The assistant fire marshal estimates preliminary damage at $50,000. The cause of this fire is still under investigation.
Officers in Camden County's Sheriff's Office arrested 3 suspects wanted in connection with a reported robbery with prostitution. Police arrested 26-year-old McTellrell Gardner and 31-year-old Marcus Holly for promoting prostitution and conspiracy to steal. Both are currently being held at the Camden County Adult Detention Center with a $5,000 bond. Officers also arrested 20-year-old Ashley Schidler for prostitution and conspiracy to steal. Schidler's bond is set at $2,000.
Vegetarian or chicken? A company called Beyond Meat is making its way to Columbia this fall, creating an estimated 60 new jobs. Most of those jobs will be manufacturing type work at the company's new plant off of Vandiver Drive. Strips are already in stores in Northern California and the northeast part of the country. Brown isn't quite sure where it will be sold in the Columbia area just yet.
The man behind the deadly shooting rampage at former U.S. Representative Gabrielle Giffords' meet and greet in Arizona last year pleaded guilty this afternoon. Jared Loeffner killed 6 people and wounded 13 others, including Giffords, outside of a supermarket in January 2011. Today's plea came just after a federal judge ruled Lautner competent to stand trial after months of medication to treat his schizophrenia. Lautner's plea also allows him to avoid the death penalty.
Detectives with the New York City Police Department are getting a subpoena for information from Twitter. That request comes after someone tweeted threats of an attack on a New York theater similar to the attack in Colorado. Detectives originally asked Twitter to hand over the user's information through the emergency disclosure procedure, but Twitter execs said the tweet in question does not qualify.
A top advisor to President Obama and singer Lady Gaga's mom spoke at a bullying summit in Washington, D.C. today. The summit marked the start of a new campaign aimed at stopping bullying. The message of the campaign is don't be a bystander, and the goal is to get kids to speak up and speak out if they are bullied or if they see someone else doing it.
If you bought Reebok, Easy Tone, or Run Tone shoes, you could get a refund check in the mail soon. The government reached a settlement with Reebok after alleging the company falsely advertised those shoes. The ads claim the sneakers were better than regular shoes at toning your legs and buttock muscles. Reebok has already handed over $25 million to the Federal Trade Commission.
Good news for your kids.
Coming up in Your Health, a new look at high cholesterol rates.
And coming up, a pretty good chance of some rain, which we haven't had for a while, plus some cooler temperatures on the other side of a cool front. That's next on KOMU 8 News at 5.
And there's a live look over Columbia Regional Airport. Blue skies, nothing happening out there right now. It's 5:09. This is KOMU 8 News First at 5. Coverage you can count on.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather with Chief Weathercaster Dave Schmidt.
And a good afternoon to you. There's a good shot of the Lake of the Ozarks down in Camden County. Thumbs up on that low temperatures there, huh, guys?
Thumbs up. 80s are going to feel amazing, that's for sure.
As
By
a high, you
comparison,
bet. Man.
It's going to feel cold. We need a jacket. Maybe not.
Light
Maybe not.
jacket.
Thanks, Dave. Another reason to stay in school.
Why hitting the books when you're young means you'll live till you're old? Well, that's coming up in Your Health Report.
In your health news today, even though many schools have banned sodas, a new study shows fruit drinks, sports drinks, and other drinks with added sugar are still easily available. University of Michigan researchers surveyed nearly 2,000 public schools and found a quarter of high school students were able to buy soda in school in 2011. Now that's compared to more than half back in 2006. Medical experts say the sugary drinks are fueling childhood obesity. A new study from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention showed the number of kids with high cholesterol has gone down during the past 20 years. Medical records of 16,000 children showed total cholesterol levels went down and levels of good cholesterol went up. But research shows 1 in 10 kids still have high cholesterol. Another reason to make your kids stay in school. Researchers at the University of Illinois Chicago looked at life expectancy trends from 1990 through 2008 and found those without a high school diploma have life expectancies similar to adults living back in the 1950s. Another new study for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention showed more than 100 million Americans are turning to walking for exercise. In 2010, more than 60% of adults said they walked at least once for 10 minutes or more in the previous week. That's up from 56% in 2005. Despite the improvement, experts say less than half of Americans are getting enough exercise to actually improve their health.
We're going to walk around the commercial break. What do you say? Up next, it is the hottest ticket in town, and it's today's talk. Just who will be rooting on the Tigers as they run into the field and into the Southeastern Conference this fall? Back in a moment. Welcome back. The Mizzou Athletic Department announced today it has officially broken a season ticket record of 45,000. The previous season ticket record high was in 41,413 in 2008. So we asked you what you thought of the dwindling supply of SEC tickets, and here's what you had to say. Benjamin Creech said, "I love it. I have season tickets, and the limited qualities means I'll make bank if I sell them. Now, if we could just be undefeated when we play Alabama, then prices will be outrageous." And Kevin Fletcher from Missouri Athletics said, "Everyone has been able to buy tickets to the 3 non-conference games for a couple of weeks now, and I still can. And it's entirely possible that Vandy and UK tickets will be available to the public in a couple of weeks. Anyone who says they couldn't get into a Mizzou game this year never made the attempt." And Andrew Spain said, "Guess we're gonna need a bigger stadium." Angie.
Using technology to help endangered species. Coming up, why the sea turtles are getting more than just a pat on the back. The the polls rather are still open for another hour and a half. We'll have the latest numbers and information for you all night this evening. Right now, let's take a look back. Let's take it back to KOMU8's Catherine Beek, where there's some confusion about where Peter Kinder is going to host his watch party. Catherine.
That's right. There was some confusion. Hotel reporting live in Creve Coeur. Catherine Beek, KOMU8 News.
Here's what we're following for KOMU8 News at 6 tonight. Current Governor Jay Nixon will be hosting his watch party in Springfield.
We will have the very latest on the Democratic frontrunner celebration location. Plus, we'll get you up to speed on candidate parties from all across the state. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Conservationists in Lebanon are now paying attention to endangered sea turtles' every move. They're attaching satellite transmitters to track the movement and find out where the females are laying their eggs. Each time the turtles break the surface to breathe, the transmitter will send a signal with geographic information. That info will be resent to the receiving station.
And once again, it's going to be toasty warm tonight as we have evening temperatures falling through the 90s. We're going to be down 70 for a morning time low temperature. For tomorrow, it looks like it's going to be hot, but a little cooler, 95 degrees. But the big news is a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms.
All right, a reminder, the conversation continues on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+.
See you at 6.